All right, we need to learn magic. Systems of equations. All right, here's the magic. Here is one thing. X plus 3y is 7. Here's another thing. 3x plus 4y is 11. Okay, what are these things?
Equations. Systems of lights.
Okay, so this, taken as one object, is a system of equations, right? These are linear equations in two variables. What does that mean? They're lines. Okay, so this object in your head, this guy here should be some kind of line. This guy here should be some kind of probably different line, right? When we put two lines together, right, usually there is something here, yes, which we would call intersection, right? You guys all played this game in Algebra 1 or 2 or someplace where you solve a couple of equations together and figure out where they hit? Probably. Okay, so we're going to do the exact same thing. And I'm going to do it in two pieces. So the first way is we're going to do this old school with the variables in it. Okay? So I'm going to do that in bright pink because I can. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this first line and I'm going to notice, okay, let's see. If I multiply that first line by -3, why would I do that?
So the equation cancel out?
Yeah, I want to cancel the x's out. Does that make sense? I just picked something to get rid of. I chose x's. We could have chose y's or whatever. So I'm going to multiply by -3. The result of that is going to be what? I'll do the first one. -3x. What else do you get? Minus 9y is -21. Okay, then what do you do?
Add those together.
Okay, so then I'm going to take this and this, add them together. Right? I'm going to get what?
-5y equals -10.
Okay, cool.
So y equals 2.
And then I'm going to divide by 5, maybe -5. So I'm going to get y is 2. Cool? Good. What do I do with that information?
Plug into one of the equations.
Plug it back into one of the equations. Okay, so take that, plug it in here. Get x plus 6 is 7. What's x? X is 1. Yeah? Okay, so I solved this, yes? Okay. The other way to do this, so pink method, or convert to an augmented system, augmented matrix rather. So what's your augmented matrix for that system?
1, 3, bar 7,
1, 3, 7, and
3, 4, 11.
3, 4, 11. Okay? So now I'm going to do pretty much the exact same steps. Right? My goal is to get rid of this 3 here. So off to the side, I'm going to think about, okay, take row 1, multiply by -3. I'm just going to write that underneath here. So I get -3, -9, -21. Then I'm going to rewrite my augmented matrix, leaving the first row alone. And what? What do I want to do with the second row?
Get your scale the first row to the second row.
Yeah, add that second row and the pink thing. So I'm going to get 0, -5, -10. You guys see that? Okay, Then I'm going to multiply the second row by negative a fifth. I'm going to leave the first row alone. So I've got 1, 3, 7 up there. And if I multiply by negative a fifth, I'm going to get 0. You can talk, John. And 2. Okay, so right now, if I read this second row, what does that thing say to me? Yeah, it says no x's plus a y is 2. So y is 2. Okay, see that? What's x? Can I read x out of this system? Not quite. Okay, so how do I get to a point where I can read x out of the system? What do I need to get rid of? I need to get rid of the thing that's wrapping y's here, right? What's that?
So I feel like we're playing Sudoku.
Yeah, we are, essentially. We're chasing position around. It really is that same kind of thought process. So I'm going to do the same thing I did before, right? I'm going to say, okay, there's a 3 here I want to get rid of. I have a 1 down here that I can use. So what do I need to multiply 1 by so I can add it to 3 and have 0 happen? Negative 3. So I'm going to write someplace, like maybe right here, 0, negative 3, negative 6. You guys see where I got that? That was this bottom row multiplied by negative 3.
Where did the negative 1/5 on the last step do for you?
That went from this last equation, right? Right now here, it says 0 x's minus 5 y's is negative 10. Now it says 0 x's plus a y is 2.
Right, but why'd you choose that?
It's the exact same reason that I divided by 5 there.
So you did it based on your prior knowledge?
No, I did it because I wanted this to be a 1. So I thought, what do I multiply negative 5 by to get 1?
I thought you wanted those two variables still. And you did that instead of multiplying like the 3 by negative 5, or the 3 by 5 and the 5 by 3 right there.
Yeah, so another thing I could have done was I could have multiplied this row, right, by negative, or by 3/5 to get this row. That would also have been fine. I find it easier to get 1s and then adjust back, but if you see it, go for it. So now what am I going to do with the pink row? I'm going to write my augmented system. What do I want to do with the second row? How about that?
Let's write it down exactly as it is right now.
Yeah, I should leave that alone, right? That's not something I'm trying to fiddle with. And what do I write in place of the first row?
Just add again the pink numbers you're up.
Yeah, put the first row and the pink numbers together.
1, 0, 1.
So that reads 1, 0, 1. So now this thing reads, right? This guy, when I look at this, says x is 1, y is 2. You guys see that? This probably seems harder. Yes?
Yes.
Two variables.
Yeah. In 2 variables, this is harder. In 3 variables, this is a major, major time saver. Because in 3 variables, there's lots of choices that you get to make. And sometimes you make less than optimal choices. And you can chase yourself in a circle for hours. You guys want to see one of those?
Yes.
No. Okay, anyway, let me go back through the idea of what you're allowed to do here with these augmented matrices. You are allowed to multiply a whole row by some number. See that? I did that a couple of times. That's really the reason I'm allowed to do that is I'm just multiplying an equation both sides by a number. Make sure you get the augmented bit. If you're going to multiply a whole row, make sure it's the whole row, including the little augmented entity. So I'm allowed to multiply rows by things. What else? What other operation did I utilize over here?
Add rows, other rows.
Yeah, you can add two rows together and replace the result, or you can add a row to a multiple of a different row and replace. You guys see that? Okay, so that's all you need, right? You can multiply, you can add rows and multiples of rows together. Cool?
Do you not need